Hello, guys and gals, me Mudahar, and welcome to another episode of Deep Web Browsing, Dark Web Browsing, Dank Web Browsing, the part of the week where we take a look at that danker side of the internet. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to sit back, relax, and view that internet pretty hardcore. As always, sites are random, and as they should be in a fine day and age. But with that being said, let's go to our very first website. So here's the wise thoughts of Chairman 3. All right, I don't know what happened to 2 and 1, but might as well look at this. My thoughts. The world is actually a truncated tetrahedron. Tetrahedron. Okay, come on. It's like 2 in the morning. You can speak. The Rhinoceros Party has some good ideas for Canada. High school was preschool for the flailer. And the PlayStation 2 is the greatest console of all time, you know? I will actually defend that. PS2 is where console gaming, like where gaming kind of was at, dude. The PS2 era video gaming was actually fucking pretty gangster. I gotta say that. It was awesome. My dog isn't as cool as he was. We need another Sly Cooper game. I love this person. It's great. When I use anonymous chat sites, I just pissed off horny guys. I mean, if you're gonna show your fucking dick on Omegle or something like that, or Chat Roulette, or fucking slutload.com or whatever the fuck exists. I mean, at that point, you kind of deserve to be made fun of. Like, I think the weirdest shit I've ever seen is some dude's like dick just hanging out with like sunglasses over it. Like, bro, you're not hilarious, okay? If you're calling your dick Squidward by doing that, you're not clever. I've seen 90 other guys do the same shit to me. 2 of them actually laughed with me. It was kind of hilarious, but that's a whole different story. Jessica Burke on YouTube is doing God's work. She has shit tons of episodes. King of the Hill, dude. Hello, Bubba Propane, etc. I'm glad that exists, actually. I'm never going to open that channel because I don't want anybody flagging that poor girl. King of the Hill is an alright show. I mean, I'm not a huge fucking fan of it, but I've definitely had a chuckle every once in a while. It's pretty dry humor, but alright. These are the thoughts. That's great. They also use Google. That's God's gift to the world. My Photoshop project. So Ghostbusters 2, Lost in New York, Valentine's Day garbage doesn't exist. But my grade 9 Merchant of Venice project. Oh fuck! What is this? I mean, when you have a picture of the Bible and the fucking what is this, like the Torah scriptures or something pointing tasers at each other. I guess these are the Old and New Testaments. A ship going down. And Star Wars. I mean, you're pretty much succeeding in life. You know, like this JPEG gives me a reason to live. All right, like just saying. My Luis Smolin. Who the fuck is Luis? Oh shit! It's a Stutterstock model. That's pretty gangster, dude. So this is Luis Molinero, and holy shit! Doesn't it look like fucking Matthew Santoro for a second? Oh my god! It kind of looks like The Love Child, like one drunk night, Keemstar and Matthew met in a bar, and it's just, this is the baby that's made. I mean, no disrespect to either of them. They're both hot, fucking attractive males. You know what I mean? Like, no disrespect for sure. I would definitely enjoy a date with one. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying at this point, but yeah, dude, Luis Molinero is giving me some fucking. He's giving me some hard Santoro vibes right now. Like, if I saw him do a top 10 fucking, top 10 memes you need to see before you die, like some list-verse fucking regurgitated stuff, I, I'd be a little confused. But let's go down over here. Let's work our way through. Medes, Africa, All Stars. These are just songs mitified. Ah, dude, song, have you seen this thing? Oh my god. I'm not going to be pretentious and think that's me, but I'm going to pretty much assume that's me, all right? I'm just saying, all right? I don't know if there's other songs watching the deep or running deep web stuff, but I'm going to assume that's me. Video games. I don't want to go to school. Just want to be a fool. Just want to play video games. Everything else is really lame. Parents say it's frying my brains just because I can't remember my name. I just want to play video games all the time and every day. Why am I thinking of fucking Miami Sex Offender Shuffle in my head? That's what the fuck? Just want to play video games. Just want to play video games. I just want to play video games all the time and every day. GameCube, Xbox, PlayStation 2. Knew all about them as soon as they're new. I just want to play video games all the time and every day. Just want to play video games. You heard? Just want to play video games every day. Just want to play video games. How'd you know? All the time and every day. We don't have school today. They say it's conference day, but everyone knows anyways. The teachers are at home playing video games. Dude, these are hot fucking fire bars. I don't think anybody has a SoundCloud that's as fire as this motherfucker. I'm just pointing it right now. This is like This is like, I dropped matches on fucking water. That thing fucking exploded. That would have been a that would have been a little fucked up joke for the week, actually. Oh, gotta watch my edginess. You know what I mean? I don't want to go to school. Just want to play video games. I just want to be a fool. Just want to play video games. Everything else is really lame. So Rip Hunter, we all miss your unique video game themed music. Oh, that's fucking sad, dude. I don't want that shit. A fun story about hell from Something Awful. Man, I wish I had Slow Beef to fucking do this with me. It would be I think he ran Something Awful. It would have been great to have him over there. The story I am about to tell you is true. It's a true story, and it really happened. My name is not important. My name is Shit Blunderboard, and I'm an ordinary teenage boy, just like you. I'm a little fucking too old to be teenage anymore, dude. All right, goddamn. Just like you, 2 weeks ago, I was having an argument with my mom about going to church. I told her I was an atheist, and I read about it online. I told her I don't want to go to church anymore. I don't want to go to church, I explained to her. You have to go to church, because if otherwise, God will send you to hell, she advised. I don't believe her, because I was an atheist now. I stayed home and played atheist video games, such as Minecraft. Really? Minecraft's fucking atheist as shit? I mean, I don't know Minecraft had a religious fucking connotation, like anti-religion in Minecraft, dude. I know Notch says some crazy shit, but I don't think Minecraft ever said unchristian like things. That night, I went to sleep, which I normally do at night. Good night, Mom intoned to me. Don't let the bedbugs bite, even though I love you less than your Christian sister now. Oh, no, dude. Dude, if a mom ever said that, that's really sad. I mean, I love you less than my Christian sister. Well, it'd be like that sometimes. It really do. It'd be like that. You know what I mean? It has to be like that. I'm just gonna leave it to the end. I mean, I get it. There's some torture going on with Satan, so I assume that some assholes got fucking penetrated. But if I go to the chair quotes, this one, oh my god, it's actually fucking chair quotes. You're actually shitting with me right now. Yeah, accept all, baby. Save and exit. Yeah, whatever. It's a virtual machine. You're not gonna get shit. My character had been in the chair for 7 years. God damn, it's still loading more chair. There cannot be this many chair quotes. Stop it, okay? Stop with the chair quotes. They actually have chair quotes. That's crazy. This site's awesome. I don't know why I haven't seen it before. It mentioned me, and it talks about chairs and a video game fucking bars that are hot fire and meaties and fucking Luis Molinero. I mean, this has everything I ever wanted. Shutterstock God, dude. Let's go somewhere else. Oh, so this is the Psychopath. Oh boy, who are you and why are you here? All right, okay, let's see why the fuck I'm here. You may be here because you scanned that ominous QR code. Nope. That marked one of our enemy's territories as fair games, or you saw the site mentioned on a dark web forum. You may have followed an old link to one of our many domains we have brought up recently, or you may have heard us mention in relation to something called Dark Zen or Black Zen. It is true, those principles are the core of our actions. As black metal is to music, so is our brand of Zen to our praxis. But that is not the place to speak of such things. Well, I've never heard black metal music. Like, what is it? Like, Satan fuck me in the ass really hardcore? Like, I don't know. I've heard screamo and shit for sure. Like, insane clown posse stuff. Like I've heard Juggalo stuff for a while. Um, I've, I've never. I can't say I'm a fucking huge fan of the Juggalo music. I mean, I know a Juggalo or two in my life. Nice people. Huge fans of Fago, but I'm not down with that. I don't really listen to it. I don't know what is black metal just like harder screamo? I'm not sure. I've never listened to it. I didn't do that, but maybe I'll listen to it after this. I mean, fuck it. I have a perfect reason before I go to bed. Just listen to some dank black metal music. It's probably on Spotify somewhere. I'm not sure, but let's go. In the larger picture, you may be here because you were angry, but now you're beyond that. You're something else. You've seen past the false dichotomies of left and right, good and bad, black and white, legal and legal, up and down. No, dude, I'm just an Indian guy on the internet. I could give less of a fuck. The manufactured comparisons never seem to end. You grow weary of them, and then you had a new feeling, one you've never had before. It felt not good, but bad, not bad, but familiar. In the end, however, call it fate, luck, randomicity, call it nothing at all. It is because of that feeling that you followed the casual breadcrumbs that you landed here. Bro, you're fucking thinking too hard, okay? I literally just ended up here on this website because fucking why not? Who are we and why are we here? Today we are in a position of despair created by too many years of domestication and slave mentality. It is not time for demonstration. The time to demonstrate anything is long past. It's time for action, to stand up and walk the halls of power and nothing else, embracing the forest passage. Rise up! We must now ultimately become the others. The liminal future represents our only path forward. We posit that the resilient liminalists will be the last one standings after the violent attempt of the sedation of psyche. This we liminalists will have been able to accomplish purely because of strides made towards living in a free, irrational, and undomesticated state. The forest passage makes all the more dangerous because you walk among the slaves undetected, and you also walk amongst the so-called masters. Like one of Hassani Sabah's students, we propose the formation of tight-knit, decentralized bands, impenetrable by the domesticated rationalists and liminal in their inspiration, and therefore not predictable by linear projections. Instead, inhabitants of our own sacred maze. This is like intense, dude. This is some animatrix shit, brother. Like, Jesus Christ. This is out there. What is this? Nothing is true, everything is permitted. Oh, it's a little bit of Assassin's Creed stuff going on. I'm taking this site super fucking seriously now, let me tell you. To resist and stand against the empty and boring life of rules imposed upon is one of the goals that we must fully realize in everyday life. How do we do this? We should once again team. Learn to create art and live a free life, feral and free of profit, motives that serve skewed versions of purpose foisted on us by modernity. Okay, I cannot read tonight. But, I actually must say, I kind of do agree with that. I think we kind of live in a society that is really money driven, and it almost it almost stifles creativity a lot more. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't see why. I definitely realize money does run the world. Money has always run the world to an extent. It has always been in numerous forms, right? Like whether we were bartering, making money, doing whatever, it's always run the world. The reality is I think the challenge for any generation, anybody, is finding a way to combine what you love that also works in the pursuit of money. I think I'm one of those people that think that almost any pursuit that someone has can make them money. It's often a challenge of how much you apply yourself, how talented you are to get something in that situation, I would find. But there's obviously a million cases to it. You can agree to disagree or agree, whatever you want to do. That's just kind of what I feel in the situation. Interesting stuff over here, but let's go a little bit further. This will all be funded by money. Is inevitable for now and may seem like a cognitive dissonance at first glance. We will reappropriate the necessary resources any way we can, even obtaining them in criminal forms. Don't support that. We would do this before enslaving ourselves to a life of subordination that the majority of people lead. In fact, by reappropriating or redirecting this dark alchemy known as money, we perform the blackest of magic, the darkest of dark zen archery, the most sinister of dark zen gardening. We spit in the grinning faces of those who think they support our cause when they buy baubles and beads that were created for their consumptions under the name of art. Okay, alright. Fake art, boys. Fake art. Let's go down over here. So, over here you have a dude in an art gallery fucking pointing to the heavens, and some dude dead over there. That's pretty gangster. To do these things, as we have proposed them, is to be free from the infection of profit or artificial causes as justification. It doesn't matter who you have to shoot when the money isn't handed over, because when an employee doesn't hand over the boss's money, the master, he defends like a slave, the stockpile of the master. He is, in essence, signed an invisible yet binding contract. If you think about it, too, I don't disagree with it. If you ever heard the term slave wage, it's kind of a true statement, There's people who go check to check, which is pretty much not far off pure fucking slavery. I mean, if you don't do that, what choice do you have? Starve to death? There are institutions created to keep many people in that perpetual slave wage life. If you're willing to break through the shackles, you could. But it's not easy. Let's go look over here, okay? So if you go down over here, in conclusion, we are those who bring conflict, who vex others, who tempt others, who seek to defy the limits and laws set and imposed by the stifling status quo. Okay, we are heresy, chaos, disruption. We liminal warriors are sinister, are immoral, are amoral. We are heresy and outlaws. We lurk in the margins of society. We do not perform these acts out of a sense of mercy. It's all or nothing. We have no interest in saving you, only ourselves. If you also have an interest in saving yourself, we may be able to conspire. All right, so selfish people. I mean, at least they're honest, I must say. If resources are needed to whatever end, it will be taken by any means necessary. In the world governed by large corporations, there are certain occasions when it is necessary to acquire money to cover costs or obtain certain things. For us, getting this by serving the enemy is out of the question. Getting them by other means is the preferred manner. Run from what's comfortable, forget safety, live where you fear to live, destroy your reputations, be notorious. I've tried prudent planning long enough. From now on, I'll be mad. We are the modern incarnation of a tradition now brought forth by non-state actors, practitioners of fourth-generation warfare. Jesus Christ, dude. Rather than bow down to the bringer of law and the slayer of the dragon of liminality, we celebrate the void, the zero, that not only precedes the arousal of the monad, but also its source, the incessant background hum of modernity and anxiety. We posit that this constant background noise arose from the keeping of calendars and tallies, which started out as a method to keep a representational accounting of slaves and ended up as money. Jesus. You know, at the end of the day, at least these guys believe in something, and that's better than anything. So I will say, y'all are something, dude. You guys are definitely something. Here they mentioned Google, Uber, and Facebook, which actually makes this a relatively new showcase. And the more you go down, the more you realize right over here, they typically end. They fight. They want to basically destroy the institutions we have nowadays. The corporations that run the world. Which, you know, if you yeah, it sounds like conspiracy stuff, but to an extent, yes, corporations do run the world. Um, I mean, if you ever look at the conspiracies, right? Like most of the money is held by these top corporations. I mean, it is definitely a real conspiracy. It's more real than anything out there. I'm all down with anti-corporation, all that kind of stuff on a personal basis. I think that, you know, the individual should be more powerful than like a select elite. But hey, you know, I could probably be assassinated for saying that shit. That being said, though, uh, interesting website for sure. Definitely really heavy on what it is. But you know what? Is what it comes down to. Is people believe in a cause. Do I support it? Fuck no. They definitely get pretty terroristic with some of this shit. So I'm gonna back out and go somewhere else. Ooh, International Cyber Gorilla column. A woman's place is in the kitchen. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm not throwing hands down there, brother. I'm not even going to say anything on that. Let every woman ask herself, why am I the slave of man? Why is my brain said not to be equal of his brain? Why is my work not paid equally with his? Why must my body be controlled by my husband? Why may he take my children away from me? I'm not even gonna step into that. That's some fucking heavy shit, brother. Jesus, I'm one of those people. Yeah, you know what? Humans do humans. I ain't down to stop chicks, and then chicks shouldn't be down to stop me. All right, god damn, I'm proud to be a male. You do what you want. I'm just gonna stay out of this. This is some crazy shit. Okay. Will them away while yet unborn. Let every woman ask. There are two reasons why, and all these are ultimately reducible to a single principle: the authoritarian supreme power God idea. Man, everyone's like fucking. Everyone's got this. I don't even want to step into a religious turf war territory, dude. If you're a Jesus fan, you be a Jesus fan all you want, dude. And it's two instruments: the church, that is, the priests, and the state, that is, the legislators. The two things: the mind domination of the church and the body domination of men. We are the causes of sex slavery. I never expect men to give us liberty. No, women, we are not worth it until we take it. We, by insisting on a new code of ethics founded on the laws of equal freedom, a code recognizing the complete individuality of women, by making rebels wherever we can, by ourselves living our beliefs, we are revolutionists, and we shall use propaganda by speech, deed, and most of all life, being what we teach. A, it is growing. Growing your fear word, our fire word. Lean your ear to the wind and you will hear it. We die as we have lived, a free spirit, an anarchist, a woman, owing no allegiance to men, rulers, heavenly or earthly. If this is the price to be paid for an idea, then let us pay. There is no need to be of being troubled about it, afraid or ashamed. This is the time to boldly say, yes, I believe in the displacement of the system of injustice by a just men. I believe in the end of starvation, exposure, and the crimes caused by them. I believe in the human soul regnant over all laws which men has made or will make. I believe that there is no peace now and that there will never be peace for as long as men over women. I believe in the total disintegration and dissolution of the principle and practice of authority. I am an anarchist, and if for this you condemn me, I stand ready to receive your condemnation. As if love is anything but free. Man has brought brains, but all the millions in the world have failed to buy love. Man has subdued bodies, but all the power on earth has been unable to subdue love. Man has conquered whole nations, but all his armies could not conquer love. Man has chained and fettered the spirit, but he has been utterly helpless before love. High on a throne, which all the splendor and pomp his gold can command, man is yet poor and desolate, if love passes him by. As if it stays, the poorest hovel is radiant with warmth, with love, with life and color. Thus love has the magic power to make of a beggar a king. Yes, love is free. It can dwell in no other atmosphere. In freedom it gives itself undeservedly, abundantly, completely. All the laws and the statutes, all the courts in the universe cannot tear it from the soul. Once love has taken root, the demand for equal rights in every vocation of life is just and fair. But after all, the most vital right is the right to love and be loved. That got really fucking cute at the end. Holy shit. Now they've got anti-sec hashtag, hashtag ICC, free Jeremy, and anonymous. So this is by anti-sec. Now I believe this may have actually been a hacked podcast to an extent. Annan UK Radio Network. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Is that A Woman's Place is in the Kitchen? Oh, so that's a Spreaker. I think Spreaker's like a podcast website. And that one apparently that was a thing, and I guess what they did was maybe hack it or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know what happened over here. But, I'm one of those people where that got really fucking poetic at the end. Like, this last paragraph was really fucking almost nice to read. I think that kind of applies to anyone. Now, am I one of those people that believe that to an extent, here's the thing, dude. I'm not here to fucking, I don't think I have to say this, but I'm all for freedoms and all that stuff. Some of the stuff definitely made it look like guys were like the fucking devil, which, by the way, not all guys are the devil, but hey, I don't think you're generalizing over here. That's cool. To an extent, though, that was actually pretty poetic. I think at the end of the day, I'm going to fall asleep kind of a little inspired, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is like an anarchist page for sure. I don't know if it's like hacked or something, or they focused on this or something like that, but it was pretty poetic to read. They lead to a Twitter page that actually has a suspended account. Jesus Christ. So that that didn't end up right. And over here they've got a dox going on. Oof. Is that legitimate though? So the paste is actually gone. They don't actually have a real paste bin of it going around. So I don't know who they doxed, but apparently they definitely doxed some dude's Annan UK radio network or whatever. I don't know. Apparently these people got attacked in some way. The reality is I stay away from politics, religion, all that kind of stuff on this channel. I really don't care. But that was kind of poetic to read, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's late at night. Maybe I'm feeling a little bit gay right now. But that was kind of cool, dude. I really enjoyed it. I don't know. I don't know. It was something. Let's go to the next site, though. Let's get away from the politics for a bit. So here we have today's dank web video of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Love.avi, or AVI, come on now. It's a little too late at night. I can't meme like a god. But I changed this lovely little clown to nothing else because it is just too freaky to edit around. That is, I mean, I'm not really scared of clowns, but if I saw that clown in the dark, yeah, I'd fucking shit a brick. Shit a nice fucking brick, sandpapery brick. But this is a 55-second video. And this is actually from the normal porn for normal people stuff that we saw earlier, throughout the series. So let's hit play, see what we got over here, and we'll go through it. Here's our big Chad standing out there. Okay, clown up in there. That's always pretty. Oh, big Chad right there. All right, chill out there, clown. Oh, okay, all right. We're gonna have to censor. There was a child in one of those. All right, not a huge fan of seeing children in one of these. I haven't seen this one at all. We've got demons. We've got the big chat standing over there staring. And Oh God, stop with the screamer bullshit, brother. We don't need it. Chat's getting closer. And that's it. That's love.avi, ladies and gentlemen, a 55-second piece. Now, as far as I know, this is my first time actually seeing love.avi. I think that without a doubt, there's actually some more to this video, but I'm not getting all of it. So this is one of those normal porn for normal people videos, and this one actually is the more active of all of it. You actually see like a bunch of different things. I think this isn't the original because there's just been a lot of different things. Let me start off with it from the beginning. So you've got obviously this clown that holds up the knife, and it transitions to a big chat from the other normal porn for normal people stuff. So this is the dude in the mask, and as we progress through, we've got a closer look of the clown with the knife in his hand. I actually feel that that's from an entirely different video. See, normal porn for normal people had a visual consistent style to it. So when you watched it, you know, it definitely resembled this was the style of videos. Black and white, grainy, low resolution. The moment you switch to say something like this, or you know, wherever the yeah, this, that's too weird. I'm sorry. This just kind of screams out uh could be a different video. I mean, even the transition is super weird. Like you look at that one, that's some generic ass Sony Vegas transition between two video clips. You get this, which is consistent for sure, but what changes it is if I can go a little bit off here. Sorry, that completely ruined the video for a second. This, I believe, is from an actual creepypasta. I don't know it exactly, I don't remember it, but this to me screams it's from a creepypasta. So, I don't know. This whole video itself is a little too out there and weird for me, but it feels like I'm watching three scary videos almost combined into one. So yeah, you go more into it, you see the actual normal porn for normal people that we've seen before, but the more and more you devolve into it, the more and more you see that it's a mix of a little bit of this, the clown, and that's really all that it comes down to. So it's almost like I'm watching three videos in one. The background audio doesn't even make sense for the general consistent theme of it either, and the love.avi that we saw in the beginning doesn't really make sense to me either. So I almost feel like we're watching some off-brand normal porn for normal people, off-brand porn for off-brand people, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it's just your edgy deep art project, and at this point, the normal porn for normal people stuff has almost devolved for me to being something I don't really care about too much. I mean, yeah, the creepypasta was okay and it has real media, but there's almost like no real consistency to it. I feel like it should be redone in a way, or better interconnected. I mean, these videos were initially creepy, but once you get into like this obvious like bait stuff, it really isn't. So let me know if it creeped you out. Let me know what you thought about it. We're actually going to back out of this video and go to something else. Martin Manley, My Life and Death, born 18th. Ooh, what the fuck? Hold on a second. Today is August 15, 2013. Today is my 60th birthday. Today is the last day of my life. Today I committed. No, you're fucking kidding with me. Are you serious? No, I gotta see this. This is bullshit. Ooh, yikes. This apparently is goddamn real. Holy shit. Gee, oh, that's messed up. Okay. So apparently this dude, this guy actually killed himself or something at this moment. They've got a release of rights, which I'm just trying to see what they got over here. Neither hold nor retain any claim or copyright on this part of the website. I do not grant these rights to any individual person in life or upon death. Rather, I release all rights to this work. Okay, so it's a public domain website. Before I get into the nuts and bolts of the site, I must say to those whom I have a special bond with, please don't think that I didn't consider your feelings. I'm sorry, so sorry for the hurt and pain that I've caused by my actions. In all probability, I won't be able to justify to you, at least not today. Maybe someday you will begin to understand better. If not today, maybe someday you will be able to read what I have said and learn why. This site is divided into two categories. The first is a suicide, the second is my life. It's important to me to have written quite a bit about my decision to commit suicide because it's rarely ever been done. I assume the people I know would want to understand it better, and I'm sure there are people out there who study suicide that would like to study mine. I debated the idea of having the suicide categories as a top above the life categories at the bottom of the section. Okay, let's go kind of down and read over here real quick. So if you want to understand everything I have to say about my death, simply read the first 12 categories or, okay, yeah, let's read suicide preface or something. So over here, what is this? I know the question you are asking, why did you want to die, or why didn't you want to live? Here's the answer. I didn't want to die. If I could have waved a magic wand and lived for 200 years, I would have. Unfortunately, it's not an option. Since death is inevitable, the better question is, do I want to live as long as humanly possible, or do I want to control the time and manner and circumstances of my death? This is my choice and yours. I chose what was most appealing to me. Let me ask you a question. After you die, you can be remembered by a few line obituary for one day in a newspaper. I gotta say, for a record, reading this is creepy. This is a guy that's done himself in. Ouch. Or you can be remembered for years by sites such as this. This is my choice, and I chose the obvious. I wish there was a different word for suicide because the word has become so stigmatized. But whether I said suicide or taking my life or ending my life or beginning my death or whatever, it still amounts to the same thing. You will rarely get any details for why a person committed. Okay. I send personalized letters. All right. I plan to end my life for as long as I remember. I didn't put a date on it. I never accepted the what I would call it archaic notion that I should simply die at some point, either in a long, drawn out, miserable death or in an instant for which I was not prepared. There was an insane thought in my orderly world that I knew the only way I could be confident about going out the way that I wanted to was to do it at a relatively early age. I was pretty much comfortable living a somewhat abnormal life because I was simply not willing to make the necessary sacrifices in order to have a more normative life. Okay, so I had no health issues. I was only sick 3 times in my adult life. I had no legal issues. I had no financial problems. All right. I had no. Wait, what is this? Gold went up. Oh, yes, GPS coordinates. So, yeah, I actually read there was like a treasure hunt people went, and I don't think it lent for anything. I had no loss of anyone close to me that I couldn't bear. My mom and dad died at elderly ages, and neither were unexpected. My brother and sister were healthy and active. I had plenty of activities that I was participating in. I didn't feel lonely. I was not depressed. So, the major reason that adult commit suicide, he never had those issues. I decided I wanted to have one of the most organized goodbyes in recorded histories, and I think I will be successful. The key has always been to do it before it becomes impossible to accomplish what I'm doing now, because then it's too late. Now it'd simply be along for the ride to the inevitable cliff. And that has always been an unacceptable conclusion to my life. I became convinced that I had waited even another few years, I would never be able to produce this site. Yikes. So basically, what happened was the dude ended his life because he wanted to go out on completely his own terms. And the thing about dying is, like, sometimes you never know when it's going to happen, and you don't want to know when it's going to happen, right? Like, I would never want to know what my time to go out is, and I don't think most people would want to know that. It's one of those things where it's going to happen at some point, so you might as well enjoy your life. My motto is, I can have the shittiest days in my life ever, but I will enjoy my life as much as I fucking can, you know, until that day comes. This person loved their life, apparently. I guess they enjoyed their life. They had no problems, I guess, that you would, attribute to somebody who did this to themselves. But he just wanted to control and go out. I mean, that's fucking something, dude. That is something as hell. Now, if you go around, look over here, he's got a bunch of extra things bunch of extra stuff. So we'll open 9/11 conspiracies, cool stuff, and all of that. We might as well also open. Uh, oh my God, I'll look 60. Sure, why not? 9/11 conspiracy theories, sure. In 2004, I was in Sarasota, Florida. While there, I stopped by Booker Elementary School. This is where President Bush was informed that planes had hit the World Trade Center on September 11th. If you don't remember it, while Bush was sitting in some elementary kids and teachers, an aide comes in and whispers in his ear. Bush continued on with the pre-planned event for a few more minutes. You can easily Google the video. The 2 pictures below show the door through which Bush entered the room and the wall, which is the backdrop of the video. I went by the school to inquire about it, but it was in the summer and nobody was right there to answer any questions. Unlike most schools in the north, all these schoolrooms have outside entrances. Being summer, they were locked. However, quite a few of the rooms can be accessed from each other. All you have to do is find one room open to the outside, and you can get to any of them. When I got inside, I saw documentation that indicated which room was the room. If you watch the video closely, you can tell it is the room. The morning of 9/11, I was watching CNBC. At the time, I was heavily involved in investing in the markets, and they had just opened. Within minutes, yeah, dude, I know, trust me, I know all about that stock life. As you probably know, some nutjobs believe Bush was aware of the attacks well in advance and did nothing to prevent them. Of course, there are many conspiracy theories about 9/11. It never ceases to amaze me how otherwise seemingly rational people can be so irrational about certain things. I don't know if these conspiracies all began with JFK's assassinations and man's landing on the moon in 1960s, or if these were just to be the oldest conspiracies which blossomed in the NJ's internet minds a few decades later. Either way, we were living in 1890s. The buzz would be the Civil War never happened, and that it was recreated on a soundstage. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. So apparently he talks about the 9/11 conspiracy theories. And by the way, I'm reading a dude that just killed himself talk about 9/11 conspiracies. That that is something, let me tell you. Okay, so let's go and maybe read some of the cool stuff. So, personal, my sister Barbie was living in Topeka, Kansas for a few years before my death. All right, so these are just like facts they've got over here. Anagrams, mother in law, woman. Jesus Christ, dude. You can tell he's a little old fashioned of a person. Oh my God, I look 60. I not only look 60, I think 60, I act 60, I am 60. It's interesting how he wasted himself. It's like the dude's smiling and happy. It's I don't know. I could never do it. This is some crazy shit. Without a doubt, this is out there. I mean, I would want to stay on the earth as long as I could, man. I mean, at this point in life, I enjoy what I do, and I just couldn't leave it. I mean, all I can say is enjoy life. I don't personally agree with doing this, but to each their fucking own. This guy did what he could, man. He did what he could. God damn. It's interesting as fuck. He's got everything listed over it. This is quite possibly the most documented suicide. This is the most well planned way to go out of this world in style. So, whatever it is whatever your next stage of life is, death or whatever it is, I hope you enjoy it, man. I definitely hope you enjoy it, Martin Manley. I guess you deserved it. You wanted it to work the way you did. I hope it worked the way you did. I'm gonna back out of this. This is some freaky stuff. Let's go someplace else. These words, the words that can get you shunned, arrested, and executed. Okay, so this is a pretty big claim. Prohibited words. These are examples beyond count throughout human history of a word, or perhaps a small sequence of them, being well associated with the end of friendships, of freedom, and of life itself. The words, the scenes, the players seem limitless in their variety. A judge sentencing a convict to death, the convict's last words, a general ordering a major assault, a serial killer's whispers on the telephones, one lover confessing infidelity to another, a spy saying the wrong words or refusing to say others, a violent man insulted, or a terminally ill one deprived of his final hope. A list like this could go on for many pages. Among these is a subset that is noteworthy for a strange characteristic its members have in common. Those are the words that led to whole cults or governments taking action against large number of people, either because the texts themselves demanded it, or because the masses despise those words with equal but opposite zealotry. I examine both here. It is not a hindrance, but rather a great bonus. If the texts are abhorrent, to me or anyone else, I have always felt that the best way to treat ideas, but especially the best of them and the worst, is to get them out under the eye of the public. There the good will gain traction, and the bad ideas will be ridiculed into oblivion. In any case, no text ever written was as repugnant as the effort undertaken in many nations to imprison or kill people for possession or knowledge of that text. Here I will gather them as I am able to, and I will keep them available so people in less free nations like New Zealand and the United Kingdom will have access to these things the governments would deny them. So, basically, recently what just happened with New Zealand is the shooter that actually was in the country. He had a manifesto, video streams, whatever. Those were removed by YouTube and several other websites for spreading hate messages. Now, or spreading, I guess, hate in general, right? Like the reality is, I'm a big practicer of freedom of speech, so I believe that everything should be allowed to be viewed. The streams that the person made that were really malicious, yeah, they're fucked up to watch. A lot of these manifestos are fucked up to read and watch and listen to, but I think, and this is my personal beliefs, that they should be generally preserved for generations to come. The moment you start writing things out of history is the moment that they set up a traction to repeat themselves. We shouldn't shun away negative stuff in our lives. We should preserve it and learn why the negative stuff shouldn't be redone in society. You know what I mean? Like, if you start to ignore or you start to block out dark moments of your past, you're always bound to repeat them. And despite as much as I disagree with a lot of these people, like the Unabomber, Brenton Tarrant, and Anders Bering Breivik, who I've never heard of, these two, um, it should not be a thing that deserves a complete banning. These things should be preserved for the sole reason of understanding them. So you've got the Unabomber Manifesto, which is pretty notable if you don't understand. So this is the Unabomber's manifesto, where he has this really long discussion of, and it's long as fuck, by the way. If you don't know the Unabomber, it is a pretty notorious case in the United States. You should check it out. But this is an entire showcase from what the Unabomber had wrote. So if that's what he wrote, the moment you go back, there's also comments to the page where nobody has discussed it. Now there are other manifestos as well. So Anders Breivik, who I don't know who he is. He actually has a whole PDF that you can read. 2083, the European Declaration of Independence, and you can go down and down and down. This is a 1,515 page manifesto. So there is clearly some passion projects being done over here. That's by Andrew Berwick, London 2011. And I guess you can read it if you want. I don't want to spread it. I don't support whatever's written, but this person has written a fucking novella of what they thought over here. Distribution of the book, the movement for academic reform, the failure of Western universities, all that kind of stuff. So there is a manifesto written by this individual. There is a comment page that has nothing to it. It links you to the Unabomber manifesto. That's fucking crazy. But you go to Brenton Tarrant. I wonder how long this dude's manifesto is. The Great Replacement. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a 74 page. That is a 74 page showcase into this person's thoughts. And some of these can be crazy outright if you think about it. I mean, most of these are pretty fucking crazy if you ask me. The levels of craziness some of these people have led to are definitely ones to be showpieced. But this is a website called Prohibited Words, and if you live in a country that censors stuff like this, you can go over here and read it in full freedom. I do not endorse any of the ideas mentioned in this, by the way. Obviously, I don't endorse whatever a fucking, crazy person wrote. But yeah, this person aims to preserve at least that for society to examine as time goes on. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, though, I'm going to back out of this website, go to some place that is not prohibited, and we'll explore that. Whew, ladies and gentlemen, that was an interesting video. My God, dude, and at a late night of craziness. So we got to see a bunch of interesting stuff, sites mentioning me, and all the way out to stuff that got pretty heavy, almost a political night tonight. I would say that we didn't have many political websites. We didn't have a political deep web, but I think tonight we kind of do. And almost with that, we also have really really dark ideas being touched onto. Really weird cases tonight. I got to say tonight may have been one of the most interesting, sort of eye-opening deep webs I've ever done. Usually they all fall into a theme. I kind of say hoo-ha, the whole world works by the end of it, but tonight I'm going to sit down and kind of think about life and sort of the deeper things in general. So interesting fucking weekend, I gotta say. I'm really in love with today's Sunday. But that being said, it is getting late at night. I gotta go hit the bed, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.